is I received a follow-up call from the Rothchilds group and received more details of what goes on in their world, which I will relay shortly. And whilst not all elements have been verified, there is sufficient evidence this is taking place here and now. Now, on the call, there was a slight backtrack of the number of Rothschilds no longer going ahead with the top clowns at the head of that family. And I suspect that is not a full retract, but a decision based in and of fear imposed on them by the three lead Rothschilds, plus the technology which will be described shortly in attendance also. Now, one of the many warnings given in this show is highly prevalent in this piece, and the notion that technology is the future when all of it is long in the past, and a vast proportion of it is human technology. The common misconception is that technology is all off-world based and more advanced than us. It's just that, a misconception. All technology has the propensity to be used for good purposes, but 99% of modern technology has been weaponized against us. From the internet, which actually backfired, to computers, to phones, to smart TVs and fridges. Please replace the word smart with dumb and you have a better idea where you're going with it. To home security systems, all rendered for the use of spying, tracking, and data mining and collection. All of them. Movies and TV shows reinforce the notion that it's all science fiction or a dystopian world, all set in a supposed future world, when in reality it is now and the past. And it will be a dire future world unless we highlight it and stop it. We have already mentioned the underground cities with advanced technology, renewable energy, maglev trains, etc., all paid for by the surface population, whilst there's few self-appointed elites gorge on our life force energy known as money. So what was described to me certainly fits in with the background knowledge I have, and so I will reveal what was relayed to me. Below our feet, in various locations, there are what was called a rich man's resort that is split into two camps of Resident Evil and some not so. A diverse group of people who likely had no idea what they were getting themselves into. And these resorts are using all the past technology that's not made available to the public, including many of which has come out of various research centres and also universities and institutes like Harvard, Stanford and Yale. In most cases, rogue-based anti-human research. These resorts are called Wonderland, and it has echoes of the series Westworld. The resort has various levels, each with a separate function of what takes place on each level. There is a defined split of people within the resort. Of the left-hand path, false illuminated light psychopaths, and the right-hand path, enlightenment people. Because of the development of digital technology and the advancement in genetics, blood and DNA testing, they have managed to create a new world within a world via clones and other technological techniques, and created digitalized humans. These digitalized humans are like an overlay of reality, a virtual world if you like, where what is real and what is not merges into a programmed world that renders the host unable to ascertain between real and a digital recording. To obtain these digitalized clones and all the characteristics, they've been using the likes of Facebook, GoOgle, Twitter and various other data mining outlets to record and develop the process under the banner of artificial intelligence. What they've created is an electromagnetic world packed with programming that is like, and I suspect is based upon, the MKUltra testing program. Now, some of the other technology available to them down there is brain-to-brain interface technology, which transplants the consciousness from one person into another. Essentially, this transfers all of the essence of the original person and allows the host to become someone else, including all the memories, habits and traits of the harvested being. Other technology available to them is what is known as spectroscopic cameras that are entirely invisible to us. Spectroscopic cameras. And the implications of that is wide-ranging in and of itself. And it should be a warning to the police that it's likely they will be replaced by these cameras and robot armies they've been building for some time now. The recent version they put out to the public, the Yellow Dog, is nowhere near the same level of the stuff they keep hidden. Another technology they use down there they have is called synthetic telepathy, and they are able to contact anybody via the telecommunications system and do voice-to-head messages from anywhere in the world. An earlier version of this was in the early 2000s. It kind of died out in the past 5, 6, 7 years. Was channeling, where they were using the channelers that populated the alt media and seeding program messages said to be from benevolent ETs and God, when it was just this technology. Now, the clones for the digitalized world are generated by those who find out your ancestors' history groups. Ancestry.com, 123, is it? Something like that. Their reports that come back of your ancestry and all the other stuff are by and large 80 to 90% false. Particularly with the indigenous American labelled as African American. And the DNA, blood, along with your recorded voice from phones and other forms of communication is then garnered to create a copy of you for this electromagnetic digital world. That is why, in part, they switched from analog to digital. So what is going on in these resorts? Well, this is what was relayed to me, and I will warn you, it's fairly upsetting. as we go about into this brief synopsis. The clones being made are seeded with programs designed to be evil. Some would argue beyond evil. They are then committing heinous crimes and carrying out evil-based techniques and killing people with abandon at the request of the 3 lead Rothschild family members who run and control these resorts. Following certain events and bad occurrences, those on the right-hand path rose up against the atrocities being committed against them and with the Rothschilds, and the Rothschilds proceeded to kill all of them. Those who refuse to go along with the program are given an ultimatum of join in with it or die. 60% of those on the right-hand path within the resorts are now dead. Reports of corpses on each floor scattered everywhere. People are being crucified, tortured, and many right-hand path people are being mind-controlled to carry out the most heinous actions against their will. The left-hand path people carrying these acts out have been reported to me to be they are mutilating and consuming children on a large scale. Amongst various other heinous acts unfolding. Those in these facilities no longer have control of themselves or their actions due to this technology being used against them. And now you all know why I kept warning you about the dangers of technology. All technology is the lazy man's tool. From calculators to phones, think telepathy, to healing machines. You all have the capacity to tap into that technology contained within you all, providing you do the inner and shadow work and develop on a soul level. What was suggested and reported to me is that Kim, the trustee, has fallen victim to this technology. Certainly the voice to head variety. And some other aspects that I found out for myself this past week. She's not the only one. There was elements of trying to interfere with me as well. But I sequestered an independent personal test of me, which rendered that mute for the most part, due to my own protection shield, field, and support. Work got underway to fix these issues this week with a series of missions and operations that took place that I'm waiting the feedback results of those interactions. I know some of it worked, but I am hoping all of the actions taken worked and we can move forward again. I know these revealings are unpleasant to hear and know about. I've carried this for over a week. But you have all developed so much within yourselves to have it revealed to you all, and it is important that you process it, release it from your field, and heal. These type of events were never ever revealed when you begun your life here, or you even started venturing into the alt media. They were all hidden in a cloak of secrecy so deep that no light ever reached it. None. And the positive aspect, not the negative, is the light is penetrating everything with this show and some others of a world no one knew about. Once the light starts, it's not going back. If we don't know what's going on, all hell reigns. If we do know, we can correct it. Ignorance is now a choice. And me and this show will never allow these programs to go unheard of like it was in the past. And I will continue to expose these psychopaths and their heinous programs until they are rendered mute and or obsolete. We have to shine, and the music will reflect that.